Who scorns his own life is lord of yours. When the longest and shortest lived of us dies, their loss is precisely equal. For the sole thing of which any of us can be deprived is the present, since this is all we own, and nobody can lose what is not theirs. When you are offended at any man's fault, immediately turn to yourself and reflect in what manner you yourself have erred. Preach not to others what they should eat, but eat as becomes you and be silent. The fates lead those who will, those who won't they drag. We must not believe the many, who say that only free people ought to be educated, but we should rather believe the philosophers who say that only the educated are free. We are indeed apt to ascribe certain faults to the place or to the time, but those faults will follow us, no matter how we change our place. In the meantime, cling tooth and nail to the following rule: not to give in to adversity, not to trust prosperity, and always take full note of fortune's habit of behaving just as she pleases. The greatest hindrance to living is expectancy, which depends upon the morrow and wastes today. In this infinity, then, what is the difference between him who lives 3 days and him who lives 3 generations? Always. For only philosophy or honorable occupation can divert from its anguish a heart whose grief springs from love. When Jared, unavoidably, by circumstance, revert at once to yourself, and don't lose the rhythm more than you can help. You'll have a better group of harmony if you keep on going back to it. If you gain from a crime, you did it. I cannot call somebody hardworking knowing only that they read and write. Even if all night long is added, I cannot say it, not until I know the focus of all this energy. I have often wondered how it is that every man loves himself more than all the rest of men, but yet sets less value on his own opinion of himself than on the opinion of others. The offender needs pity, not wrath. Those who must needs be corrected should be treated with tact and gentleness, and one must be always ready to learn better. The best kind of revenge is not to become like unto them. Nothing happens to the wise man against his expectation. Fortune attacks us as often as we attack fortune. Men are not made restless by activity but driven to madness by false impressions of reality. Men are disturbed not by things, but by the view which they take of them. Alexander the Macedonian and his groom by death were brought to the same state, for either they were received among the same seminal principles of the universe, or they were alike dispersed among the atoms. Weigh carefully your hopes as well as your fears, and whenever all the elements are in doubt, decide in your own favor, believe what you prefer. You should, I need hardly say, live in such a way that there is nothing which you could not as easily tell your enemy as keep to yourself. It is not that we have so little time but that we lose so much. The life we receive is not short but we make it so. We are not ill provided but use what we have wastefully. Until we have begun to go without them, we fail to realize how unnecessary many things are. We've been using them not because we needed them but because we had them.